Hello, cup lovers. Welcome to this episode of What's in Your Cup. I'm Portia. This is Tranika. This is Willie. And joining us today is our wonderful guest host, Mr. Jadon Sweet. Not author. Yeah, well, actually, you wrote the film, right? So you are an author, director, everything having to do with filming. He does it. So he's here to join us on our very interesting conversation about psychological slavery. And so we are so excited to talk with you about this.
Psychological slavery.
Right, psychological slavery.
So, Jay, when you look at psychological slavery, how you're using it in combination with music, the first thing I think about is the impact hip hop has on black culture. And when you look at black culture, you have to go all the way back to Willie Lynch letter. And for those of you who don't know, just a short form, Willie Lynch was a slave owner who came up with a diabolical plan to basically keep African Americans enslaved. And it was a divide and conquer ordeal.
For generations,
for generations, to perpetuate it year after year. The lighter blacks against darker blacks, older against younger, male against female, and things of that sort. So when you look at that, how did you use it actually? How did you, if you can explain to us how you utilized it?
Pretty much all, the concept came from me just understanding that hip hop is being used to subconsciously, enslave the minds of so many people through music.
Right.
And so it's like through hip hop, you see all these negative images and, all these negative things that's, that shows people pretty much not to want to progress. So when you think about a trap rapper, a trapper as they would call, like, who tells somebody like, I'm gonna die here on my block. First of all, you don't own that block. Nobody told you that this was yours, but you have some sense of, ownership to the place that you live because you live there so much. But that's just not how the world works. And so when you think
especially if you live in a project, it's government property.
Exactly. And so when you think about, all of these things that, all of these ideas that, are derived and where they come from, it's kind of like, all right, why is this being told to this group of people? And why aren't you really telling them, what you do for a living? Why aren't you telling them about the board meetings that you're having, signing these $1 million deals?
Because subliminally, right? So y'all gotta correct that word, subliminally. Right?
Subliminals. An extra syllable, but
it was? Okay, but you know what I mean.
Subliminally, yeah.
There you go. So you said it wrong too. So we all have a struggle.
Right.
That unites us. Hey. Okay, so there's it's done right. Why is there that subliminal message being put into the music? I mean, is it because we
encourage insecurities in relationships?
Right, or we're trying to encourage there being a divide in culture.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing where the Willie Lynch letter comes in. Like Willie Lynch pretty much set up a whole process for the black race to be,
the subordinate race.
Exactly, to have this inferior mindset and to, pretty much think that, all right, light skin is better than dark skin, or long hair is better than short hair, or just because I have this type, I make this much money, I'm on the lesser playing field, instead of going off of the principles that America was made off of, as all of us being equal, or just a godly principle.
Like I find it interesting. Hold on a second. That it's almost like you keep us distracted, fighting within our group about these little minor things that we take our eyes or our eyes off what the real issue is going on.
So like the crab
right.
in the barrel situation.
So keep
fighting
us,
ourselves.
Fighting ourselves.
Exactly.
So in your movie, you kind of depict that. So with the crab in the barrel situation, how do hip hop and the Willie Lynch kind of correlate?
Well, it's kind of like, all right, when you think about the crab in the barrel mentality, it's like, all right, in hip hop, you got this whole, all right, I'm the man type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about what nobody says. I'm on top, and if you can't make it here, it's your fault. And it's kind of like,
you got that, Willie?
With the whole how that correlates with the Willie Lynch, letter. That's the vibe that he wanted to instill in there. So the scene that we have in Chain Music is called Envy. And it pretty much shows how, because in the Willie Lynch letter he talks about envy and instilling these things there. So the whole time, like if you read the Willie Lynch letter, he was talking about all the tools that he used to oppress black people were mentally, psychological.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like actual tools or anything. It was all a mental thing.
Tools.
And so he pretty much through the movie, what I show is I guess a structured way or I don't know what I'm trying to say as far as like that word. I'm missing a word. Yeah, it's like a systematic way of like how he's like
strategic plan.
Just to put it out there in the movie, we show how you got two guys who come and rob a black business, and you got the owner. He's talking about how bills are piling up and everything, and his son is working with them, and his son is like, yo, this isn't looking like it's the business. We need to be like Walmart, or we need to be like this restaurant over here or whatever, but he's telling them like every, establishment that has been made in America, started off at the bottom, and so, parallel to that, like you got two guys outside of the restaurant and they're talking about, what is our purpose here, on earth? What is our purpose? Why are we doing this? You never know that they're about to like rob the place, but then you soon find out they go in there with guns and everything, and it's just showing like, the symbolism in it is just pretty much showing like how, we capitalize on our own, and we tear each other down in order to, progress or think that we're progressing.
Right, we need to be like Robin Hood. You gotta steal from the rich and give to the poor.
And so that's what's happening.
No, don't steal it.
And so that's what's happening. That's what's pretty much happening in hip hop the same way.
Right.
So, you got all these people who are pretty much saying like, all right, cool, I'm about to get all of this bread, but I'm gonna tell you that you need to, I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm not gonna help you out. I'm gonna tell you that you need to be here on this block and you need to stay doing what you're doing instead of doing what I'm doing.
Okay. So when we think about that in terms of relationships as well, and we talk about the women in the relationships and the hip hop arena, we talk about the dark skin, the more petite versus the more voluptuous woman. Right. Is that a parallel as well in the movie as well?
Well, it doesn't necessarily come out to be exactly that depicted as that, but the insecurity part that we talk about in the movie, in the relationships, is the infidelity part. As far
glorifying
as glorifying infidelity to the point where it's like, all right, this image has been created to the point where I do not believe that you will be faithful to me regardless to what happens. So I'm going to go out and cheat. So that becomes the normal.
Or rather, I don't care if you're going to be faithful. I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Exactly. And so like in that piece, we show how that happens, and just the insecurity. Like you have this bedroom argument between the two. Like everything happens in the bedroom where it's like, I don't believe you, I don't trust you. She's spilling out all her feelings and stuff, and he's like,
So it shows a lot of depictions of this psychological slavery, subconsciously.
Exactly.
Well, actually, I have a really good question for you when we get back from a word from our sponsors.
Listen to me. I have 30 seconds.
Did you about me?
About being a kid with a disability.
I am a joker.
I am a songwriter.
And I'm here to learn.
I'm a football fan.
I am a girl who likes math and science.
I am coordinating, valedictorian.
Hey, I'm speaking up.
And I am not.
And I am not.
And I am not going to be bullied. Got it?
Hello, I'm John Thompson, Chairman of the Board of Microsoft Corporation, and a proud alumnus of Florida A&M University and its School of Business and Industry. If you're preparing to pursue an online MBA, please consider FAMU Online. It's a unique experience that certainly should drive the kind of value creation that I'm sure you would like to have in the marketplace. We'd love to have you join us at FAMU Online. Apply today. It'll be great.
I am Little League. I am Little League! Watashi wa Shonen Yakitan.
Sportsmanship, teamwork, character, Little League, big dreams.
I am light.
I am light.
I am light.
Who am I?
We are light.
Who am I?
I am light.
I am light.
I am light.
I am light.
I'm Overseer Greg James, and we are Life Church International Center. And I would like to extend a personal invitation to you to join us. If you've been asking the question, who am I? Why am I here? Allow your family, allow yourself to partner with us. We will empower you to discover who you are, why you've been created. We're going to do it through the Word, through worship, and witness. Join us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Tuesday night is our Empowering in the Word at 7 p.m. 4409 Bluntstown Highway. A church alive is worth the drive.
We are live!
Welcome back to What's in Your Cup. We're here with Jay Sweets, and we've been discussing psychological slavery. Psychological slavery. And we touched on things such as just a whole bunch of
Insecurities,
insecurities, crabs in the barrel mentality. And now, Jay, what about this N-word mentality that's been going on involving hip hop? What are your views on that?
Well, pretty much what we do in the movie, we show how the word is being the word is being commercialized, and it's being pretty much softened to the point where everybody can use it.
Why is that important?
Why is that important?
Yeah.
For it not to be commercialized?
Right, yes.
Oh, well, it's not, I mean, it is important for it not to be commercialized because that was a word that some of my ancestors heard while they were being hanged. It was the last word that they heard. Right. Right before, some slave owner or some racist person came up and, hung them from a tree or shot them down or whipped them or something like that. So what we do in the movie is we show modern day like pool party. They're playing beer pong and all that, and everybody's listening to good music at the guy. And this is actually a scene out of my life. This is why, like, a bunch of this stuff is like literally stuff that I have seen or experienced. And so this guy, he's like literally playing a guitar. He's doing like covers for different songs, hip hop songs. And once he gets to like, in my original script, it was a Kanye West song. And once he gets to the N-word, they like, hold on, did he just say the word? And so now, not only is this a problem that is being commercialized, but the black community is split on whether it should be commercialized or whether, white people should be able to say it. Right. So that's the argument that's going back and forth. Oh, it's just a word, or it's just in the song, or why is it such a big deal?
Idea.
You know what I'm saying? And so those are the type of things that I bring to the table, and I feel like need to be discussed. Right.
And when you look at it, the word itself is almost like a programming tool, because if you think back to the Bible verse, so a man think, so he is.
Right.
So if you're walking around using this word, and you look at the association it has in hip hop, you see these guys using it with the neighborhood, and like you said, they're running their block.
What's up?
It's common terminology. Then it makes it okay to use.
Exactly. The other side of that is that it's become so natural. So I'm no stranger. I'm no
saint.
No, I am. I'm a saint. I'm a follower of
but
Christ.
Right.
I'm not using it.
That's what I meant.
I'm trying to stop. Yeah, I'm trying to stop using it. As much or at all, because I understand the detriment that the word brings upon our image. And honestly, if hip hop artists can say it, if they're gonna get out there and say that, okay, you my N-word, or this and that, they're making it okay for anybody to say it. This is the only word that's out there that has this type of
But going back to
situation.
But going back to that word in itself, I've heard people say, "Well, I put the A on the end and not the ER," and that what makes the distinguish of it's not what you're trying to make it when I call you that. And I'm not saying, I just heard people say
that's what you heard.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, there's a different inflection in the word. It's not changed.
And that's the whole point I'm trying to make. It doesn't change the meaning of the word. It's I don't care if you put an A on the end or the ER on it. It means what it is and what generations from generations have suffered from that word. So I just want to clarify.
So no matter how you say it, and I know this has been a constant battle and a constant argument. Is it okay for African Americans to use it as opposed to any other race? Because, like you said, that's almost what you think. Oh, it's okay if we use it, but nobody else better.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
That's the same type of mentality that the supreme race has had on us. Like, it's like, okay, it's okay for us to do this, but it's not okay for y'all to do this. So, and we expect to be treated equal. We have to, act that way. Like, we want, everything to be equal. So.
When you were talking about so many things, I go, the power of life and death is life and death is in the power of the tongue. Mm-hmm. And as you continually rehearse a word like the N-word, that means ignorant, that, that's a lower form of someone that just doesn't know. That's you speaking death to yourself or speaking death to another person. And that's another way subliminally, I said that right at that time, or psychologically, that people are being kept down or being kept suppressed. Because if I'm like, hey, what's up, my, So hey, what's up, my ignorant, hey, what's up, ignorant, So that's how we continue to keep each other down. Yeah, that's me, I'm an and we say it loud and proud.
The crazy thing is, it's so cool to say.
Exactly.
It's so cool to say.
But it is. Yes.
And it's like, if you think about like a lot of hip hop songs today, they're like so cool to sing, and like
the beat is the beat.
Listen, let me tell you something. Y'all remember that song, "Come on, Run That Train"?
Yeah.
They used to play that in like elementary school in gym, like all the time.
I was popping the line at my school dance.
But do you know what that song means though?
And that's the whole thing about the lyrics.
I didn't know what the song meant.
Word.
Right.
I'm not gonna go into it.
We talk about that.
But that going back to when we talk about the N-word in itself, it goes back to the different type of lyrics that we listen to and the different type of music that we listen to, and not really understanding what the lyrics mean.
Exactly. Right.
We're moving to a beat, and I'm guilty of it. Mm-hmm. I move faster to the beat, and then when I sit and hear the lyrics, you're like, oh shoot. So
like you like, for example, Usher's "Good Kisser," right? You're like, yeah, that's my shit. All up in the church, and you're like, hold on, wait, let me listen to what does it really mean?
And they can they take those words.
No disrespect to Usher or anything.
No, but it's just like overall.
Usher, but
it's a lot out there that seems okay.
Right.
When you really think about it, what's really being said to these kids, because it's the kids that's really listening
buying
to
it,
stuff.
right?
Like, I'm not necessarily buying it. That's listening to it. My issue and my problem is not with the current adults. It's what's being taught to the youth for the future.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? So these like, what's being taught to them and what's going to be normal for them is going to be normal for them, and they're going to grow up thinking that this is what the Bible talks about as far as we were shaped in iniquity. Because this is going to be their form of iniquity. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it just keeps getting worse and worse as time goes.
Repetition.
So, exactly.
That's that generation. I mean, and the gap between our grandparents and probably our grandkids is going to be even greater with this, with this kind of stuff being perpetuated in the media.
Now what I see is that when you listen to something, you might be able to listen to it and not actually catch on. But when you are able to visualize something
that you're hearing,
it hits you harder. And there's some movies where they use that word constantly.
It kind of
it makes you feel uncomfortable. When I think about movies where it's been used, so in your movie, is it used in a way that makes you feel, even no matter what color, uncomfortable?
Oh yes, it does. There's a scene in my film where they're in the conference room and you got all these music execs and people that's going to invest in the hip hop, and like you got a black man in the room, and they're calling him the N-word, and they're using it. I don't want to be working with.
I saw that.
So it's like it's a lot.
It's it's like skin crawling.
Right.
Like,
it makes you understand what the word really is and how it's been used, and why there are certain people, especially the elderly people, who feel a certain type of way when the word is used.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely been real deep what we've been discussing, and we'd like to definitely thank all our Cup viewers for tuning in with us with Mr. J Sweets. Everyone, I think this has been a great discussion. We've touched on some deep things. Tranika?
Yes, and we're going to break to our sponsors.
Elections seem pointless. You've got so many candidates, none of them feel right, but voting's bigger than that. I mean, we're wasting so much time and energy and resources on the environment when, let's face it, it's not gonna be around for much longer anyways. Pretty soon the end of the world is coming and everything's gonna be engulfed in flames, so what's the point? It just seems like a dumb waste of our final days worrying about some polar bears.
Never put your personal information online unless you ask your parents and they
Sometimes I wonder if he loves me. He gave me this rose, and now I'm left questioning if he loves me or loves me not. Sometimes I think I'm not pretty enough. I don't think I can take the abuse anymore. I'm leaving.
One in 8. Your best friend, your sister, you. If 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer, then it affects all of us. But together we can raise awareness, fund research, and fight for a cure. The end of breast cancer starts with you.
Won't you stay with me?
Fill your cup with What's in Your Cup, a new talk show airing this fall, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on ABC 27. Wake up with Tranika, Portia, and Willie. Information with inspiration and some biblical truth at the heart of it all. That's What's in Your Cup.
Have their own to preach entertainment as the epitome of success.
They would do the same thing in my position.
We here to get money, smoke dope, drill, and then we die.
The trick is to get the man to not trust women.
That's brutal, but genius.
Make them feel like they failed in life when they can't have high-priced materials.
Are you even black anymore?
To the point where they self-destruct from a false sense of worthlessness. Chain their minds.
Dude, that was amazing.
That was J Sweets.
Stop calling it that sweet. It is sweet.
Nah.
It was sweet.
Oh, Jay, that was sweet.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, it just depicted everything that we just discussed in this conversation. It was wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
great job, Jay.
You are going to be in for
your
a
team,
sweet
right?
treat.
A sweet treat. Well, no, it might not be so sweet. It might be bittersweet treat.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
it gets you thinking of,
Yeah.
reality,
Yeah.
what we're living in. So, wow, wait, I can't even.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna. Yeah, people are really gonna be.
And it's coming out on November 12th. For the
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
November 12th. So
November 12th.
stay tuned,
We'll
right?
have it there, yeah. So 7 p.m. That's also the day that we're launching our official crowdfunding campaign.
Oh, awesome.
Which right
Yeah, because I was
now-
gonna ask if you had your wealthy uncle leave you all this money.
Right.
Because that trailer was serious.
Yeah.
We, I mean, it may look like we spent a lot of money on that, but we spent less than $1,500 on doing all of this. Yeah, just because like we all pulled together and like
that
made
is a
it happen.
shoestring
So,
budget if
yeah,
I ever heard one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And
That's
partnerships
amazing.
matter.
Look what you can do when people pull together.
It was really amazing. Like I want to give a shout out to pretty much everybody who
Shout
helped
out. Go
out
ahead.
with the film. Alien Astronauts, they're a great marketing firm. Sherwood Brown, he's the person that did the vocals. Shout out to Play Brown Solutions, who is our executive producer, Christopher Play Martin. Shout out to pretty much like my co-director. I can go on and on and on, but as of right now, we're in the midst of like trying to get this thing promoted.
How can you do that with what again?
Well, we have a Thunderclap page.
Thunderclap, not Thundercat.
Yeah, Thunderclap.
Thunderclap.
And pretty much like what Thunderclap does is it makes us, makes everybody aware of the film. So like on November 12th, if you guys were to go to the Chain Music website, www.chainmusicthemovie.com, click our Thunderclap page and click I support. And right now we, at this current moment, we'll have like over 200,000 people who will know about our crowdfunding campaign on November 12th.
How much you guys trying to raise?
We're trying to raise $25,000 for Take Heed Films. That is the film company that's going to be doing similar projects to this. This is not the only one. We have a bunch of other powerful things that's coming out. And what we're trying to raise money for through Take Heed Films is for our next web series called Falling Black in Love. And
I love that.
I know, right? Yeah, it's
Falling Black in Love.
Yeah. So we'll just keep it there for now. But as of right now, we're still focusing on Chain Music and trying to get Take Heed Films funded. So if you hit support, you'll be doing way more than giving us money. So just go to the Thunderclap page and hit support, and I could.
Are you guys using any other avenues to get the word out as well besides the page? Or?
Yeah, we're right now we trying to do a bunch of marketing schemes, but I don't want to reveal because like we said, it's a bunch of things.
Just go to the website.
Not top secret, but it's like it's strategic, and then I don't want to spoil it. I want everything to kind of be
come together.
Yeah, like not come together, but when it comes out, it's like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Yeah. So
element of surprise.
Yeah, exactly.
When they see that trailer, they're not gonna see it coming.
It was very powerful. It was real powerful.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited about it, but
the movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what my first reaction was when it's crazy.
Yeah, I love the idea. If y'all can like us on our Facebook page, our Twitter page, we'll be found pretty much.
So what's the Facebook page?
The Facebook page is the Chain Music Movie. Just look it up. Just like our page, just try to get our numbers up so we can get more exposure. We're trying to get this out to as many hip hop artists as possible as well. So the more hip hop artists are aware of this movie, because they're talking about this. They're talking about being enslaved by the music industry, and a lot of their artists, especially like the newer artists, the J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's,
So what is your Twitter handle?
Chain Music Movie, at Chain Music Movie.
Chain Music Movie. Okay, awesome.
No underscores, no commas, no none of that. Just at Chain Music Movie.
And so what about if they want to email? You don't email. You just go to the website.
You can go to the website. You just got an email page there, or you can go to chainmusicmovie@gmail.com.
This has been a great episode, Jay. Thank you for joining us. We love this conversation with you about psychological slavery. You're such a talented young man.
Thank y'all for having me.
Definitely love you. So you guys go out there, watch his movie. Also follow him. Follow us. WIYC. Like us on Facebook. What's in Your Cup TV. Go to our website and subscribe for more updates. www.what'sinyourcuptv.com. And what else? Anything else?
If you want to email us.
If you want to email us, what'sinyourcuptv@gmail.com. Love us. We love you. Share our videos. Hopefully they'll inspire someone else like they inspire you. And until next time, cup lovers, this has been What's in Your Cup.